It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to Science Bowl today, a special edition. The two teams you are about to meet have won our game previously, and today's winner moves on to the semifinals to play last year's defending champion, Oakcrest Elementary. Let's meet today's teams. First from Brandywine Elementary, say hello to Darby Feder, James Bowden, and Devin Thompson. And from Cora Rice Elementary, here they are, Trinity Ingram, Prashant Das, and Trinity Moon. And now here are the categories of questions we use on Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to how difficult the questions are. The easier ones are on the left, worth 5 and 10 points. The tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. The end of the 2 rounds, we will have a competitor for Oakcrest in the semifinals. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly. James, would you try your buzzer, please? Thank you. He's got a nice confident push. He, Devin, and Darby, wonderful ambassadors for their school. Good luck to you. Cora Rice, Prashant, try yours. It, too, seems to be working just fine. Great team over there. Prashant, Trinity, and Trinity. Let's have a great game. We go alphabetically, B before C. So, Brandywine, James, let's start the bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5, please.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, in the animated movie and television show Madagascar, the only animals that actually belong on Madagascar are these primates ruled by King Julian. James?
Lemurs.
The lemurs, that's right. King Julian jumping around, all those other animals from New York City. Go red.
Green things for 5. Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, if you change the way you live your life, you're said to turn over a new what?
Leaf.
Brandywine?
Leaf.
A new leaf, that's right. Good. Good listening. Go red.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, if something is really, really, really expensive, it might cost you what? 2 extremities? Brandywine?
An arm and a leg.
An arm and a leg, that's right. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg, but I still want that iPhone. Okay, go red.
Dayline Science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, one of the most horrific images of last year was a picture of a cyclops shark, a shark that had just one what? Brandywine?
Eye.
It had just one eye, like the mythical Cyclops. Absolutely right. Okay. Yeah, a picture I can't get out of my head. Go, red.
Let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. Teams, the newest Muppet is Ronnie. She's a little girl who carries around this simplest scientific lens for making things bigger. What does she carry around, Cora Rice?
A magnifier. Glass.
Yes, a magnifier or a magnifying glass. Absolutely right. Good. Go. Green.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10 points. Teams, look at the monitor in the studio, and you'll see pop up a bulldog. This poor bulldog has been so inbred that it has a hard time breathing and walking and breeding, just like what avian that has been inbred that we eat every Thanksgiving. Brandywine?
Turkey.
A turkey, yeah, the Beltsville turkey that has to be artificially inseminated because it is just so big and unwieldy. Go red.
Science Potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, would you use a laser, a taser, or a razor to get rid of a tattoo? Brandywine?
A laser.
A laser, absolutely right. A lot of people are getting them removed because they got them and now they're thinking better of them. I really don't love her anymore. Okay, go red.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, what same word is a luscious fruit and a portable email device? Cora Rice.
Apple.
Not an apple. Good try. What luscious fruit, what word is both a luscious fruit and a portable email device?
Portable email device. The portable means you can take it somewhere.
A blackberry. A blackberry. Try again, Red.
Body system for 10.
Body system for 10 points. Teams, if you go to a fortune teller, she may tell your fortune by looking at tea leaves, or she may look at this body part and look at these lines to see how long you will live, Brandywine.
Bones.
Not bones, not bones. Cora Rice, what body part will a fortune teller look at and examine the lines to tell you how long you might live?
He'll look at the hand.
Specifically, where on the hand?
The palm.
The palm, that's right. The palm reader, absolutely right. You've got a good long lifeline. Or not. Go green.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, astronomers say there is a curse on this planet because 2/3 of the 39 attempts to reach it have failed. Name that planet, Cora Rice.
Mars?
Mars, that's right. Mars has had more failures than successes. Most recently, Russia lost a spacecraft en route there. 70 to 85. Go green.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade for 15 points. Teams, although pandas eat bamboo exclusively, previously they had another diet because if you look at their digestive system, it's the same as animals that are what kinds of animals? Brandywine?
Herbivores.
Not herbivores, no. Cora Rice. Pandas eat exclusively bamboo now, but if you look at their digestive systems, it shows that they used to eat another kind of diet because their bodies are much like that of what other kind of animal?
Carnivore?
Carnivores, that's right. They have carnivorous guts. They had to retreat to the mountains because they couldn't compete with the bears down below, and the only thing to eat up there was the bamboo. Go green. 85 all, tie score.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, what same word is a male bee and a super secret spy aircraft? Cora Rice?
A drone?
A drone, that's right. One that we recently lost over the country of Iran. You're now in the lead by 10 points. Green.
Green thing.
Ooh, hold that thought. We'll let you pick that first question, Proshan, when we come back. The buzzer says the first round is over. It was a good one. Brandywine 85, Cora Rice 95. Part 2 coming up. Don't you leave.
Diet and exercise are never easy. Then again, neither is dying. Sadly, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke kill nearly 1 million people a year. Most of these deaths could be prevented. Please, talk to your doctor about your risk for diabetes and heart disease. And if your doctor recommends lifestyle changes or medication, listen. The reason so many die is because not enough are willing to change. You can stop it, starting right now. It's your life. Listen to your doctor. Eat better. Get moving.
I always thought being a good mother meant raising my baby myself. But when I got pregnant, I realized I wasn't ready to be a parent. So I did something I thought I could never do. I chose adoption. It was really hard, but I know my baby is with a loving family and has a very bright future.
Sometimes choosing adoption is being a good mother. Visit us at ichooseadoption.org.
Welcome back to Science Bowl. Great to have you here today. We had a slight scoring adjustment. The score now is Cora Rice 100, Brandywine 85. Still almost a dead heat. We'll get back to the questions in a moment, but let's find out about these young people playing our game. If you missed them the first time they appeared, this is your chance to find out about some really fine young people. Let's go to Brandywine and James. Start us out. Tell us the James story. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, in my spare time, I like to play with my dad sometimes. I like to play my video game. I like to play with my friends. I like to swim. and I like gymnastics, and I used to be in I did gymnastics last summer.
Wonderful. So lots of good kid things, and I know your dad is a sign language interpreter,
Yes.
and something you too like to do and would like to follow in his footsteps. I think that's just tremendous. James, Brandywine is down south in Prince George's County. Your principal is?
Miss Lee.
Miss Lee. And the sponsor of your team is Miss Losi?
Yes.
She's out there. And who's your alternate?
Joseph Britt and DeAndre Bowden.
The two of them. That's right. We'll bring them out in just a few moments. Devin, nice to have you back. Young lady who has a dog. It's a Yorkie, is it?
A Yorkie Poo.
Yorkie Poo. How big a dog is that?
They don't get that big. They don't get that big because he's mostly Yorkie, but as he gets older, the poodle comes out of him. But like I think he's stopped growing.
Yeah, because they normally don't get too big. They're easy to manage. Not as much food you have to buy. Tell me, you'd like to be a vet someday, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, and take care of animals all the time. I bet you'd be very good at that because you're very patient and you're thoughtful. I like how you play this game. You keep it up. Darby, nice to have you here, young lady who also think about veterinary medicine. Horse jumper, loves to ride. How long have you been riding?
Next year in either May or June, it'll be 2 years.
2 years, wow. And she likes to communicate with another horse lover up there in Canada, right? Yeah, same age. I think that's a nice friendship, Darby. You're playing a real nice game. You keep it up. Cora Rice, nice to have you guys back with us. Pro Sean, tell us about Cora Rice. Who's your principal?
My principal is Miss Truman.
Miss Truman. And
Truman.
Truman, thank you. And the sponsor of your team, the sponsor?
Mr. Baker.
Mr. Baker. He is out there. He's going to be back in a few moments to join us. He has prepared you well, just as Miss Losi has prepared Brandywine well. And any alternates on your team?
John and Ijon.
Wonderful. And I think John is with us today, is he not? We'll bring him out in a few moments. Tell me the Pro Sean story. You seem very confident today. Did you prepare? Did you study for Science Bowl?
Yes.
It sure does show. James, it shows with you as well. Tell me, Pro Sean, someday you're going to be a herpetologist, you told me, right?
Yes.
But you have no snakes or lizards at home right now. And I think your parents are probably very grateful for that. How'd you get interested in herpetology?
My birth zodiac is a snake, and I like to hear about snake books and stuff like that.
So astrology, we can blame it or credit astrology for your love of snakes. You play such a nice game. You keep it up here in the second half. Trinity Ingram, nice to have you here. Tell me what you do in your spare time.
Well, I love to draw cartoon characters, and I love to read all types of books.
Wonderful. What kind of cartoon characters do you like to draw?
Well, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, and the Powerpuff Girls.
Wonderful. Oh, yeah. They're on Nickelodeon sometimes. You can see them there. I can see you as an animator. Why'd you want to be on Science Bowl?
Well, I just have a really good interest. I have a really great interest in science, and I thought it would be a really good experience.
Well, we enjoy having you here, and I hope you're having a good experience. Trinity Moon, nice to have you here. You talked to me before about your interest in books. You like mystery books. What else do you do if you don't read?
I go outside and play.
Yeah, that's so important. You know, sometimes I wonder how students can sit so long in school. You've got to move around. You've got to have a nice mix of activity and cerebral activity as well. What do you want to do someday, Trinity?
I want to be a doctor.
Yeah, we were talking before about maybe surgery, right?
Yes.
You'd like to do that. So you must be good in math and science. You have a lot of schooling in front of you.
Yes.
But you're a good young lady. I know you're going to be able to see it through to the end here. Nice dream you have. Let's get back into our game. Cora Rice, 185 for Brandywine. Lots of points to give away. Last correct answer came from the green team. Pro Sean, start us out.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, although these most common of aquatic plants are usually green.
Algae.
Cora Rice.
Algae. Seaweed. Seaweed?
Not quite seaweed. Brandywine, even though this most common of aquatic plants is usually green, when you're talking about kelp forests, this kind of plant is actually brown. What do you think, James?
Algae?
Algae is right. Absolutely right. You can have blue algae, blue-green, green, red, brown. They come in lots of different colors. All right, good comeback. And seaweed was close. You get them next time, Cora Rice. 100 to 100. We're tied. Go, James.
Body system for 15.
Body systems, 15 points. Teams, if a snake bites you on the arm and someone puts a tourniquet on your upper arm, they're trying to cut off what body system, Cora Rice?
The circulatory, the heart.
Yes, indeed, the circulatory system. They want to prevent that poison from getting from the bite site to the heart. So it's a risky business because you could lose the arm, but it could save a life. Go green.
Let's get physical for 15.
For 15 points. Teams, what same word describes the collapsed top of a volcano and the depression in the earth after a meteorite hits it? Brandywine.
Dome.
Not a dome. Good try.
It's a crater.
It is a crater. You didn't even need me to repeat that. Thank you, Proshawn. Good comeback. Go.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, in the winter, if you want to stay warm, it's good to wear lots of layers because air is one of the very best of these. Brandywine.
Insulators.
You got that right. It is great insulation. The more layers, the better. All right, you're up to 115. Cora Rice, 130. Still very, very close. Red.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline, 10 points. Teams, scientists now say that within 10 years, we should be able to clone woolly mammoths by using these modern-day relatives. Cora Rice.
Elephants.
Elephants, yes, they're going to use the elephants as surrogates. Good, good. Go, green.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Teams, listen carefully. Lots of meat-eating animals, including cats, have this kind of teeth, even though they sound like... Cora Rice?
Canines?
Yeah, canines. I was going to say, even though they sound like they belong only in the mouth of a dog. All right.
Body systems for 20.
Hold on, watch a second. We're going to double check that score, and we will be back with you in just one moment.
Because play might be the best way to fight obesity.
Because staying connected makes my family stronger, healthier, and happier.
Because a safe place after school can lead to success in school.
Because physical activity is vital to my health and well-being.
Because I need to make my world better.
Because playing team sports teaches the character and social skills that build leaders.
Because learning with others makes for a greater understanding.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
And welcome back. We had an adjustment. One of the lights apparently had come on quickly and was extinguished. Because of the confusion, we're going to throw out that last question with the canine answer with the points that had been awarded to Cora Rice. We're going to remove those points and continue with our game in the interest of fairness here. So the last correct answer did come from the green team. So, Proshawn, would you continue? And keep in mind that the green things for 20-point question is still available. Go.
So we'll go for green things for 20.
All right, we'll do green things for 20 points. Teams, Thomas Jefferson made sure that a branch with this fruit on it, which symbolizes peace, is in the talons of the eagle on the national seal. All right, James.
Grapes.
Not a grape, that's a good try. This fruit associated with peace, there's a branch of that fruit in the talons of the eagle on the U.S. national seal. What is that fruit? What do you think, guys?
A pear?
It's an olive. It's an olive branch. Olive branches are symbols of peace. That was a tough question. Good try. Try again, green.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, Colts quarterback Peyton Manning has had a number of surgeries on his cervical vertebrae, which at the very least for him has been a pain in the what? Brandywine.
Neck.
In the neck, that's right. The cervical vertebrae are just underneath the skull there. All right, good. Brandywine, you're up to 130 points. 140 for Cora Rice. Make that 135, almost a tie score. James, please.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, the Hawaiian Islands were created by volcanoes, but over the years, the volcanic action has subsided. The islands tend to drift farther away. Eventually, they're going to sink back in the ocean because what force will wear them down? What will wear them down, Cora Rice?
Erosion?
Yes, they will be eroded back and disappear into the ocean. No time soon. You'll still be able to go to Waikiki for quite a while. Go green.
Science potpourri for 20.
Science potpourri for 20 points. Teams, the weather here in Washington is influenced by two streams. The Gulf Stream out in the ocean, and what stream in the upper atmosphere that can bring cold air down or keep it up in Canada? Name that stream for 20 points and almost a tie. James.
Potomac River?
Not Potomac River. No, up in the atmosphere we're talking now. What is the name of the stream up in the atmosphere that helps to influence the weather here in Washington, along with the Gulf Stream in the Atlantic Ocean?
What
do you think, Prashant?
The Hudson?
No, you're thinking too literally. It's called the jet stream. It's a river of air in the upper atmosphere there. Try again, please. Green.
Zoo Parade for 25.
Zoo Parade 25, big one in that category. Teams, animals that are kept in cages, in zoos, in theme parks, and in circuses are said to be in what C-initialed state? They are kept in what, Brandywine? Okay. Don't ring in unless you have an idea. Animals, go ahead.
Contained?
Not contained. Good try. Good try. Cora Rice, animals are in what C-initial state if they're kept in cages and zoos and parks?
Captivity?
Captivity. They are in captivity. That's what I wanted to hear. And being contained was synonymous with that. We needed that term. Go green.
Dateline Science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, the new Earth-like planet called Kepler 22b that astronomers have found has an orbital period of 290 days compared to how many days in the orbital period for Earth? Cora Rice?
365.
You got that right. The number of days in a year. Good. Go.
Dateline Science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, back in 1923, Frederick Banting won the Nobel Prize for the discovery of this hormone that is lacking in diabetics. Brandywine. All right, Cora Rice, can you tell me the name of that hormone lacking in diabetics? Banting won the Nobel Prize for his discovery of it.
Insulin?
Insulin, that's right. So many adverts on television about ways to test for diabetes. Lack of insulin. Go, green.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points. Multiple choice question. Teams, if you suffer dermabrasion, have you fallen off your bike, gotten hit in the head with a basketball, or been bitten by the neighbor's dog? Dermabrasion. James.
Getting bitten by a dog.
Didn't get bitten by a dog. Cora Rice, dermabrasion. Did you fall off your bike? Did you get hit in the head by a basketball or get bitten by the dog?
You got hit on the head?
No, you fell off your bicycle. Dermabrasion means you scratched your skin. You fell off your bike and you got some road rash. All right, try again. 4 questions left.
Let's get physical for 25.
Let's get physical for 25. Teams, look at the monitor in the studio, please, if you would. Teams, the frost on this car windshield formed by condensation. It will disappear through a process called sublimation, meaning what happens to that frost? How does it disappear specifically for 25 points? Come on, Brandywine.
It evaporates?
It evaporates, absolutely right. It doesn't melt first, it evaporates right away. Good, thank you, Darby, for your help. Come on, still can do it, Brandywine.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Teams, bark beetles that are destroying spruce trees burrow right into these sugar-rich P-initial tubes in the tree. What are those P-initial tubes called that are filled with sugar that the bark beetles are trying to get at in these spruce trees? Phloem tubes, xylem and phloem. 2 questions left. Pick one, James.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points, teams. Listen carefully before you buzz in. If you know what the aurora borealis is, then you know what the aurora australis is.
Southern Lights.
Brandywine.
Southern Lights.
Darby? Southern Lights. Absolutely right, because aurora borealis is the northern lights. That buzzer is rung. It looks like Cora Rice has done it. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't you go away.
Across America, service learning is helping students improve their grades and their communities. Service learning makes school exciting by connecting the classroom with community service projects.
Before service learning, I was just an ordinary student causing mischief during class. After service learning started, I got so involved into it, I started paying attention more, picked up my grades.
Okay, very good.
Service learning absolutely drives academic success.
Working together, students solve real problems, build new skills, and apply their knowledge in a whole new way.
The great thing about service learning is it gives you this opportunity to go out into the world and do things hands-on.
Inside the classroom and out, service learning opens new doors and brings learning to life. Service learning can make a difference in your school. Visit Learn and Serve America at learnandserve.gov to find out how.
I knew I needed help paying for college. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make worksheets for my friends to do. No one ever wanted to come over. My guidance counselor told me about federal student aid, and my mom helped me fill out the free application. I got the grants and loans that made school possible. There is a way to pay for school. You just have to find it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
For years, scientists have explored remote corners of the Earth, searching for exotic substances that might help prevent cancer. At last, man has discovered a secret place where powerful remedies can actually be found. Medical research shows that a vegetarian diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, can help prevent many types of cancer. Wherever you live, cancer prevention is as close as your grocery store. To learn more, call 866-906-WELL.
Welcome back to Science Bowl. What a close game. Evenly matched. Came down to almost that very last question. As a result, when you're in elementary school, sometimes it can be tough. We know how impressive these young people are. There's a lot of emotion out here. The emotion that I have right now is pride, and I know so do the adults in this room here. What a great game. We are so proud. Our final tally is 185 for Brandywine, 220 for Cora Rice. Cora Rice, first time ever in the semifinals. We'll see you against Oak Crest, Proshawn, and Trinity. And Trinity, congratulations. John, congratulations to you. Mr. Baker, we'll see you in the latter part of the competition. And Brandywine, James doesn't feel too good right now, but we love you, James, and Darby and Devin. You played a super game, and you'll be back. You'll get them next time. And DeAndre and Josette, you make sure that they come back, all right? Miss Lucy, thanks for being part of our game as always, and thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.